You continue to fight against fate. I wake up in my classroom for what seems to be the 30th time already. I look ahead of me. Akane and Amy. Yep. This feels all so familiar in ways I can't explain. Most people would have some kind of existential crisis right now, but for some reason, I don't feel that way. It's almost as though I've become numb to this feeling because I've gone through it so many times already. Is that really the case, though? Well, I don't know. I get up from my seat. I want to confess my feelings to Akane before we graduate. Before it's too late. As I approach her, I hear all sorts of words buzzing around in my head. Kind words of encouragement. Cautious words telling me to live without regret. Deprecating words that I'm nothing but a creepy loser that Connie would never want to talk to, let alone have a relationship with. That's when, as if on their own, my legs take me away from Akane's desk and right back to my own. I grab my things and take a look out the window. He's out there. It's as though he's waiting for me. I'm not sure who he is or what he wants, but that's the kind of feeling I get. This person feels familiar to me. I feel something in my pocket. I reach in and pull out 3 metallic puzzle pieces. I slip them back into my pocket. For some reason, they feel familiar to me, but I'm not sure why. My bag feels a little heavier. I look inside and find a notebook that seems identical to the one Amy has. I'm tempted to ask her about it, but then I don't. Yep, so, as you can see, some stuff is carrying over with him between each time loop. Something I kind of thought about, like, when I played Majora's Mask, kind of like how certain things carried over with you whenever you'd reset time. I was kind of here like, well, you'll see how and why exactly that happens later. For now, though, I'll just leave those questions burning in your mind. I just go to the door without saying a word. So, yeah, in this loop, he doesn't even try. He already kind of just... like... I mean, he does say that he always talks himself out of it, so... we kind of see him talk himself out of it here. In the end, I wasn't able to tell her how I felt about her. Maybe next time around, I'll have the courage to do it. And then the cycle's going to repeat, and then you're going to tell yourself the same thing. Or maybe I'll talk myself out of it like I always do. Will you reach out for the future you desire? My head. I wake up in my classroom with my head painfully throbbing. I look ahead of me. Akane and Amy. This feels all so familiar in ways I can't explain. Most people would have some kind of existential crisis right now, but for some reason, I don't feel that way. I get up and I'm hit with vertigo. I stumble as I try to keep my balance. I should probably go home. I don't know how I ended up staying so late anyway. I grab my stuff and stumble to the door. As I stumble, I feel the world around me start to fade away until... oh, very bold. You continue to fight against fate itself, and cling on to your modest little dream of companionship with this young woman. body is frozen. I can't move! The room is dark and it seems I'm all alone now. Well, with one exception. This voice. Who is this? You remind me so much of another young knave who thought he could manipulate fate. In the end, all he was met with was despair and pain. Tell me, what do you think will happen to you if you continue with things as they are now? A pity. You don't even realize the truth, do you? Much like him, your fruitless struggle will bring you the same suffering and despair he put himself through. What do you have to say for yourself? I don't even know what he's talking about. Even if I could, I can't talk anyway since my body's completely paralyzed. Oh, my apologies. I suppose you would prefer to speak to me yourself, would you not? Very well. Consider yourself lucky, as it isn't often I allow anyone to have an audience with me. Who are you? I am the one who lurks in the shadows. I am the one who manipulates time. I am the one. I am Tarankos. What do you want? I only desire salvation, and to live in my version... Oh my gosh. I only desire salvation, and to live in my vision of the perfect world. But I suppose that bears no relation to your menial question. You could say, I am only here to punish those who fight against fate, and those of a certain bloodline. Those related to the one who called upon my power in the first place. And who would that be? Someone you know all too well, and yet someone you've never met before. That matters not. You continue to struggle because you do not realize the truth, Daniel. You are in a constant state of denial. Even your body is starting to fight against you. Tell me, do you feel it? I can't answer him. You will accept the truth in time, Daniel. When you do, your fruitless struggle and rebellion will surely end. Your fate is sealed, and you cannot run away from it, no matter how much you resist. In the end, you will only harm yourself more than you already have. All in the name of love. What are you talking about? The fool called upon me, all to save a young woman he loved, so long ago. It was because of love he struggled and endured much pain and hardship. Are you trying to tell me you want things to end the same for you as it did for him? What do you know about love? I bet you've never known love or friendship at all. If that's the case, I almost feel sorry for you. I ended up regretting those words as Tarankos' voice roared with anger, and I felt my body being struck with intense force. No one dares to speak to me in such a way! No one dares to refuse my goodwill! You are a fool, Daniel, and you will lose everything. I still feel myself being thrust backward with extreme force. I'm literally thrown out of that dark void and back into the classroom, where I end up colliding with a ton of desks in the process. I can hear Akane's panicked voice, asking me if I'm okay and begging me to answer her. I then catch a glimpse of Amy, who's staring at me curiously. I look back at Akane, who's still understandably freaked out. I'm sorry, Akane. I feel my consciousness fade away before I can even apologize to her. Do you not love your fate? And this is usually where I would start the mod. Instead, we're starting at we're getting this scene like halfway into the story. Another morning has arrived, and with it, another day of school. I get up and stretch a little bit before getting my uniform ready and starting my morning routine. I set my alarm to be extra early for today because I have something planned before school and I want to make sure everything goes right. For the longest time, I've had my eye on one of the girls who transferred over to our school at the start of the year. Her name is Akane, and I've shared some classes with her, but I haven't had the chance to talk to her. I go through my breakfast routine almost mindlessly, still thinking about my plan of action. I want to ask her out, but I want to make sure everything goes right. After classes yesterday, I slipped a confession letter into Akane's locker as I was walking home with Sayori. Cheesy, I know, but I'll turn into a clumsy mess otherwise. Yeah, and you're gonna look down and say, "I like your shoes!" instead of, "I like you, Akane." I don't want to leave it at that, though. Akane's a very special girl, so I want to make her feel special. She's friends with Monika, so I've caught glimpses of her here and there whenever I see Monika around school. She's always had this upbeat attitude, and especially shows whenever she shows that endearing smile of hers that melts my heart. Her aquamarine eyes are very beautiful as well, but what am I talking about? Yup. It's like you're fantasizing in your own mind. Hello? Sayori? I'm pulled out of my daydream as I hear Sayori calling out to me and knocking on my front door. Daydreamer, heads in the sand. Daydreaming, gee, but it's grand. I rush over and greet her. Hey Daniel, are you ready to go to school? You're up early, Sayori. I slept pretty well last night, so I got it with plenty of energy. What about you? I'm okay. So, are you ready? Actually, Sayori, I've got something to do before I head into school this morning. Oh. What are you going to do? I'm going to steal the... Okay, no. No National Treasure references here. That's too obvious. Or, I'm going to do a dance tribute to Akane. No, that would also be too ambitious. You know that man. You know that bakery not too far from here that opened last month? Do I ever? They have the most delicious cakes over there. That's where I'm heading. If you want a cake so badly, you could have just asked Natsuki. Are you crazy? I do that, and then she's gonna kill me in my sleep! Oh, come on, Daniel, you're just being silly. Akane. Natsuki won't kill you in your sleep, you big silly. Natsuki won't get mad at you or anything, or kill you in your sleep, so I don't know why you're afraid. Well, anyway, the cake isn't for me. It's for... I can't bring myself to even say her name right now. What's wrong with me? I don't know! I'm just weird! Okay, well... Oh, it's for Akane, isn't it? Suggestive Sayori! Although, This is the first time we have suggestive Sayori in a mod I've worked on. I nod nervously.
You already gave her that love letter, Daniel.
I know, but do you really think that's enough?
I'd like to think so. My heart would be doing cartwheels over the moon if I got a wonderful letter from a guy I like.
What if she doesn't like me, though? Sorry, it looks like she's about to say something, but then she stops. I feel like there's more to this than some stupid letter, or... No, I was reading it right. I feel like there's more to this than just some stupid letter spilling my cheesy feelings out to her.
Hey now. Akane isn't some kind of mean girl like Destiny or Momoko. She's really nice. She likes a lot of the same stuff you like too, you know. I think you'd get along great.
She really is something else. Maybe that's why I feel like I have to do more to express my feelings to her.
You really are an old-fashioned guy, Daniel.
What do you mean?
It's a good thing. There aren't too many guys like you out there anymore. Trust me, though, no matter what, Akane's going to appreciate everything you're doing for her.
You think so?
I know so, Daniel. I still think you're going overboard with this whole confess my love thing, but I know I can't stop you when you've made up your mind.
Yeah. I just feel like this is something I have to do in order to seal the deal.
Alright, Daniel, then I'll see you at school. Make sure you let me know how...
Oh god. Yeah, I guess... No, I've been able to do Sayori's voice without my voice, like... Well, I don't know.
Make sure you let me know how it all goes by... make sure you let me know how it all goes at lunch today, alright?
Got it. This is the first time we have... yeah, we have MC saying got it, but Sayori doesn't. Sayori waves goodbye to me as she heads out bound for school. I let out a deep sigh as I take my things. I lock the door and make my way for the bakery. Well, I call it a bakery, but it's kind of this... but it's this kind of fancy cafe that also happens to have baked goods ready to go. With a name like Cordy Corner Bakery, you'd at least think they would, right? Otherwise, that's false advertisement! Once I get to the display counter, I go through their selection of slice cakes. I was lucky I had Monika to go to for simple questions about Akane, which sadly came with some teasing at my expense. It was worth it to find out Akane loves chocolate cake about as much as I do. My eyes land on a fresh slice of chocolate cake. I tell the person at the counter I want the chocolate cake, pay up, and I'm on my way. I can't really pinpoint when I started feeling this way about Akane, but I'd have to say it happened just after the festival. We kind of met on accident. Something about the aura she gave off. She just had this warm, friendly vibe about her, almost like Monika and Sayori. That's probably how she wound up being friends with Monika. I know she's tried to get Akane to join the literature club, but she's been too nervous to join for some reason. I wonder why that is. That, and she has a part-time job at a store that doesn't really allow her time to go to clubs. Well, fortunately. That's partially why she stays after school to finish homework before leaving. Although we've spoken, I do struggle talking to her sometimes. Mainly whenever I see her alone and not with our mutual friends. Add to the whole high school love confession thing, and I guess it makes sense. I know it might seem a bit hopeless with me admiring her from afar, but what else can I do? Well, obviously besides actually getting out there and you just do it! And tell her what you feel. Well, other than outright confessing to her. Yep, that's the only other thing you can do besides just, you know, watching and admiring her from afar. The letter is supposed to help her warm up to me a little, and admit my feelings without scaring her off. Hopefully. The cake will be what seals the deal. Sheesh. Why does this have to be so damn confusing? Yeah, you tell me. Sayori and Monika have teased me a little bit once they caught on, but it doesn't bother me too much. I still remember she caught me reading some manga during lunch a few days after the festival. I expected her to laugh at me for liking little kid stuff, but instead, she was deeply interested in what I was reading. That's when I found out she and I had some similar interests. It was easy to talk to her then, so why am I having problems now? Perhaps because you're seeing her with different eyes. It was like an accident that happened out of nowhere, but here we are now. I've fallen for Akane, and I want to do what I can to ask her out finally. Wait, what time is it? Time for you to get a watch. Okay, no. Dang it, I think I took too long over there. I need to get to school as fast as I can. I pick up the pace as fast as I can. If I had known it'd take me this long, I would have woken up earlier. Damn it, being out of shape isn't helping me either. As I'm running, a bouncing blue ball followed by a little boy cut across my path. As I'm about to start running, the sight of a bus catches my view as it honks its horn loudly. The little boy. Hey, watch out, kid! I throw all caution to the wind as I rush into the street and shove the kid away. After that... Ow! My head. I wake up in my classroom with my head painfully throbbing. Yes, not my pain headfully throbbing. Because that's just silly. I look ahead of me. Akane and Amy. This feels all so familiar in ways I can't explain. Most people would have some kind of existential crisis right now, but for some reason, I don't feel that way. I look down at my desk and... Has this slice of cake always been here? As I reach over to grab it, a searing pain shoots from my fingertips all the way to my head. Ugh! What's happening with me? I look at the cake again. For some reason, it feels familiar to me. Yep, because it's the cake you bought. I pull my hand back as I look over at Amy. This all feels very familiar to me somehow, but I can't put my finger on why. Oops, well, yeah, obviously, it's supposed to be, I can't put my finger on why. It would almost be a good time to confess to Akane, if she weren't here in the classroom. Why is she even here anyway? I see her looking through some notebook with some kind of lock as I approach her desk. What is with that notebook? Hey, Amy.
Oh, what is it, Daniel?
Not much. I was just wondering what you were doing here.
I go to school here.
What? I know that. I mean, why are you still here after school? I don't think I've ever seen you do that before.
I suppose so. I kind of figured I'd stay here and get some work done.
Wouldn't it be nice to go home before it gets dark or too late? Or before it gets dark outside or too late?
Yeah, probably, but I think I'll be fine.
Well, that didn't work out. Although something in the back of my head tells me I shouldn't have expected less from her. Just leave already, damn it! Say, Amy, could you do... Oh, yeah. Could you do me a favor and leave the classroom?
Leave? Okay, what are you trying to pull here?
I'm just saying that it's going to get late soon. I know my mom would be concerned about me if I stayed here longer than I should. What about your family?
If I leave, then who's going to stop your evil plan?
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm onto you, Daniel. You beast. I'm not falling for it.
What kind of person do you take me for?
Well, whatever. Even if you're not some filthy pervert, I don't feel like leaving.
Well, would you leave if I gave you some cake? She raises her eyebrow at me. No one asked me why I did that. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, for some reason I'm just here like... Yeah, like, obviously, he's trying to use the cake to confess to Akane, so I guess my logic here is... What if he gives the cake to Amy and she's all of a sudden here like, oh, are you interested in me now? But... and then the face she makes just... Like, that's just the icing on the cake right there. No pun intended.
You want me? What? No! You rude, thoughtless pig. Am I that ugly to you? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, you're very... you're... In a strange way, Amy is attractive in her own right. If you got a thing for redheads. Or, I don't know. Yeah, I guess if you have a thing for girls with glasses or redheads, maybe she might check a few boxes. I'd rather not tell her that, though. Besides, I'm set on confessing to Akane. My heart only belongs to her. So, away with you, harlot! Back, you foul temptress! You will not seduce me! Okay, well.
Okay, so you don't think I'm ugly. What are you trying to accomplish with bribing me? I bet you don't even have any cake.
No, I do. In fact, it happens to be on my desk. I point over to a small bag with the styrofoam box. Amy practically shoves me out of the way as she inspects it.
Wow, is this devil's chocolate cake from the Cordy Corner Bakery?
You can't tell, but I think Ninja tried to make it feel like... Yeah, she's like salivating over this. The one and only. I can let you have it if you'd like. There's just one thing I need you to do.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at the time? I better get going before my mother... I better get going before my mother gets on my case again. Yoink!
Amy plucks the bag from my desk, scoops up the rest of her things, and happily makes her way out of the classroom. There she goes, eating my cake. Well, whatever. At least she's gone now. There's nothing standing between me and Akane, so I should get to it. As I walk, I feel something in my pocket. 3 metallic puzzle pieces. Something about them feels so familiar, yet unnerving as well. I think nothing of it as I put them back in my pocket and approach Akane's desk.
Oh, Daniel? Do you need something?
Yes, well, Akane, I just wanted to say that it seems like I have it all figured out until I'm right in front of her. Yup. It's like, yeah, you rehearse it, you think about it, and then when the time comes, it's like, nope, I'm drawing a blank here, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Or, yeah, obviously, he's just getting all tense. Then my mind goes completely blank. Oh, well, there you have it. Like I said, I mean, I did write this, so... Yeah, sorry if my commentary is kind of like, oh, well, yeah, the game just confirms what I just said.
Yes?
I brought you some cake.
Really? I love cake. So, where is it?
Good question. I just gave away the only piece of cake I had to Amy as a bribe. Yeah, you didn't quite think that one through, did you? I guess I forgot it. Crystal ball don't last, sugar. Okay, well. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Akane so grumpy. Yes. Grumpy Akane. It's like, be more grumpy. Give me more energy. Your grumpiness gives me energy, and I don't know, well... Yeah, if you've watched my Genshin Impact streams, then you know that, well, as someone put it, I seem to have a thing for nice tsundere girls. So, why is it... like, why do I seem to have a thing for them? I don't know, but... yes. So... yeah.
Next time, don't give me hope.
Right.
At least be a little more creative the next time you try to do some sort of the cake is a lie prank on me.
Great. Not only are you a liar, but now she hates you. Defeated, I go back to retrieve my things and head out the door, not even looking back at her. Yeah, you kind of messed that up. Stop resisting your fate. Oh, my head. I wake up in my classroom with my head painfully throbbing. This doesn't feel like the first time this has happened. You're correct, this is technically the third time. I look ahead of me. Akane and Amy. This all feels so familiar in ways I can't explain. I look down at my desk and... has this slice of cake always been here? For some reason, it feels familiar to me. It would almost be a good time to confess to Akane, and this cake might just be my ticket into her good graces. I take the bag and approach Akane's desk.
Oh, hello, Daniel. What's up?
Hi, Akane. I got you this cake.
Oh, I love cake. Wait. Is there any specific reason why?
Oh, no reason. I just got it because I was in the neighborhood and I felt like giving you this cake. Okay, Daniel, what are you doing? I'm not really into cakes anyway, so it'd be nice if you'd have it. Yes, because going to a bakery to buy cakes when you don't like them makes total sense. What a concept, right? Akane becomes visibly grumpy at my pathetic display. Grumpy Akane! She's such a grumper. You're so grumpy. Well, yeah, actually, hold that thought. Because I know what's coming up here.
I see. Do you always do this for every random girl in the school?
What? No! Absolutely not!
Or do you think I'm super easy, and you just wanted to give me some cake to impress me? I know about the rumors Momoko has been spreading about me, but I honestly thought you were better than that, Daniel.
What are you talking about?
I'm not trying to... You think you're some kind of player? Player hater.
This doesn't involve you! Yeah, she knows what she did. You know what you did! Akane becomes visibly angry, and what she does next shakes me to my core.
Listen, I'm busy right now. I have school assignments that aren't going to get done on their own. Why don't you grab your stuff, go find some dumb blonde, and fuck off?
But I'm sorry. So I go back to retrieve my things and leave the room without looking back. Even then, I could almost feel those aquamarine eyes burning craters into the back of my skull. Why not accept the truth? Because sometimes the truth hurts. Almost like his head is hurting him right now. Ow! My head. I woke up in my classroom with my head painfully throbbing. This doesn't feel like the first time this has happened. I look ahead of me. Akane and Amy. This feels all so familiar in ways I can't explain. I look down at my desk and... Has this slice of cake always been in here? For some reason, it feels familiar to me. It would almost be a good time to confess to Akane, and this cake might just be my ticket into her good graces. I take the bag and approach Akane's desk.
Oh, hello, Daniel. What's up?
Hi, Akane. I got you this cake.
Oh, I love cake. Wait, is there any specific reason why?
Well, it's because I've locked you for the longest time, and I want you to have this as a gift.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't accept this.
Why not?
Such things are wasted on me. Besides, I wouldn't be able to repay you for your kindness with a gift of my own properly. Some girlfriend I would be, right?
That doesn't matter, Akane.
Sorry. I don't deserve this. Go ahead and treat yourself to that cake. I know the Quarry Corner Bakery's cakes are to die for. Just don't waste your time or energy on someone like me. I don't deserve someone like you.
No, that's not true.
I'm the one that's not good enough for you.
You deserve someone that'll love and treat you right, Akane. Please don't talk that way about yourself. Akane gently kisses me on the cheek before pulling away from me. Are those tears in her eyes?
You're very sweet, Daniel, for thinking that way about me. Please, though, just forget about me already!
I'm unable to say anything else before Akane grabs her things and she takes off. Akane! Wait! And like that, she's gone. At first, I almost felt like that was her politely turning me down, but then... Once I saw the tears in her eyes, I felt my heart just break for her. Either way, there's no point lingering around here. I pass by Amy to collect my things and go on my way. You cannot escape your fate forever. Yeah, this is different. Ow! My head hurts. How long have I been asleep for? Wait, forget that. What's going on with the sky? That's the moon, but the sky is blood red. I look around the room and see that I'm completely alone. Alone except for Akane, that is. Okay, keep calm, Daniel. Maybe the sky being red is just your imagination. It's already nighttime, and you've got to be totally tired right now. Try and think about something else. I look down at my desk and see... Has this slice of cake always been here? Why does this feel familiar? If we ignore the whole Armageddon scene outside, it would almost be a good time to confess to Akane since we're alone. Yes, if we ignore the fact that it's the end of the world! Well, I don't know, maybe, I guess, if it really is the end of the world, live life with no regrets, right? So, might as well confess to the girl you love. You know, before the world ends, so... I guess? The cake might be my ticket into her good graces. I had been wanting to confess to her forever, but I've been so hesitant. Indeed you have. Laughable, I know. Well, maybe I should at least talk to her. No idea if she's noticed the sky or not. My Akane, you're looking absolutely radiant under the red moon light this evening. I look out the window just to take a closer look for myself. That's when I notice someone by the fountain. Accept your fate. Okay, yeah, now that I see this in motion, it's like, this definitely looks a lot cooler. I back away quickly. That shadowy person seems familiar somehow, but I don't think I want to find out why. Okay, I have to be imagining all of this. Yeah, that has to be it. That moon, that shadowy guy, all of this is just the stress getting to me. If that's the case, maybe there's no red sky and everything is fine. Akane doesn't seem concerned at all, right? In fact, I should confess to her so I can go home and rest. I turn around to look at Akane. I take a deep breath and approach her desk. Akane, I like you a lot. Would you please go out with me and be my girlfriend? There's an eerie silence as she stops moving. Akane? She slowly turns to face me. A sinister grin plastered on her face, and those beautiful aquamarine eyes. They've been replaced by a pair of red glowing spheres that glare at me with wicked intent. Her face has been twisted into something straight out of a nightmare. No, that can't be her! I try to back away, but then she brandishes a knife in her hand as she gets up from her chair. Akane?
Alright, Daniel. Let's be together. Forever. No, you're not Akane. You can't be. Don't be silly, darling. Of course I am.
I need to get out of here. I run to the door, frantically trying to turn the knob, but it won't budge. Akane starts to slowly approach me, laughing to herself like a deranged maniac. I try to run to the door, frantically trying to turn the knob, but it won't budge. What? What's going on here?
Daniel, darling. Why are you running from me? Don't you want to be with me forever?
Stay back! Don't come any closer!
You're going to love me, Daniel. I've loved you for oh so long now.
I get away from the door as she lunges at me. You're not Akane! The real Akane wouldn't do this!
The real Akane is too afraid of her own feelings. Here, though, that's not the case. Now just let me take care of you for the rest of our lives, darling Kun.
What kind of psycho night nurse act are you trying to pull here? I run over to my desk and grab my backpack. I reach in and grab whatever I can. I doubt there's anything helpful in here, but I might as well try. I pull out a notebook. Seriously? Damn it! I don't know what good this'll do, but whatever. I aim the notebook and throw it at her, hitting her on the forehead. As it lands to the ground, I realize that this notebook isn't mine. I don't have time to think it over as Akane stumbles over to me, her movements no longer so fluid. Akane?
L-L-O-O-V-V-E-E. I am not the enemy. Let me be your remedy.
What are you even? She's moving so bizarrely. Almost like a robot. Or a puppet.
L-L-O-O-V-V-E-E. I am not the enemy. Let me be your remedy.
For some reason, there's a voice in the back of my head telling me to take the notebook back. I dive right for it, snatching it up, and slide over to a window. I'm gonna hate myself for doing this. I back up and take a running start before jumping out of the window. I look around. Akane doesn't seem to have followed me, thankfully. I also don't see any signs of the Shadow Man anywhere. Whatever the case, I run as fast as I can and book it all the way home.